you go, you're in for a treat. From Virginia to Maine, you'll find cuisine that can't be beat. Should you choose Boston or Manhattan chowder, tell them to bring on the feast. Great times, great food, great taste, great chefs of the East. So pull up a chair, get ready to dine. The Chesapeake Bay soft shells, they say, are simply divine. It's time to let go, let your palate wander. Tell them, please bring on the feast. Great times, great food, great taste, great chefs of the East.
Welcome to Great Chefs of the East, a celebration of regional cookery featuring some of the leading chefs from the East and Northeast. This time from Wayne, Pennsylvania, an appetizer by Jean-François Taquet. From Washington, D.C., an entree by Patrick Clark. And dessert from New York City by Philippe Camalet.
Chef Patrick Clark got his early training in New York, London, and France. Back in the U.S., he cooked in several New York restaurants as well as Beverly Hills. He's now executive chef at the prestigious Hay Adams Hotel in Washington. His entree is a meat-eater's dream, veal T-bone with oven-dried tomatoes.
Okay, our next dish is a veal dish, nice pan-roasted veal chop with oven-dried tomatoes, and these are oven-dried tomatoes, and I'm showing them to you in their finished form here. And they're not quite like sun-dried tomatoes. They're not as dry, and they start off as regular Roma tomatoes, just like this. Okay, we're just gonna cut the little tip out of here. And they're actually dried in the oven here. So I'm just gonna cut them in half. Okay. And basically all you're gonna do is I'm putting them on a plate here, but you put them on a rack, like a cake rack or an icing rack that has holes in it, with the skin side down. And you will sprinkle them with a little salt, a little sugar, some fresh thyme, okay? Just very little salt like that. And some fresh thyme. Okay, on each one. Okay. And just a little tiny bit of sugar. Then you would put them into a very, very low oven, about 200 degrees at home. Here we use a convection oven, so we go as low as 175 degrees. And you drizzle them with this tiny bit of olive oil, and you forget about it for about 4 hours. Okay, so what you end up from here, which is an okay tomato flavor-wise, you end up with this finished product right here, which is almost like a sun-dried, like I said before. They're very sweet and tomatoey, have a real almost jam-like consistency. And we have some hot butter.
The veal T-bone has been seasoned with salt and pepper.
This is going to take about 8 minutes to cook on each side, okay? And this gets cooked on top of the stove. And if you like, you can put it in the oven also. This is going to take about 8 minutes per side, okay? Again, you want a nice golden brown, and you don't want the butter and the meat juices to burn in the pan, because this is, again, is essential in making the juice that goes over the veal here. Okay. Wipe out the fat on that one. Now here we're just going to deglaze this with a little bit of water. Tiny pinch of salt. Okay, and we're going to just take this little juice here and just kind of spoon it right over the veal right now. So really, there's essentially not really a sauce in this dish. Okay? And now we're going to prepare our sauteed mushrooms, which are part of the sauce here. Here we have our braised fennel, which is another part of the dish. The fennel is julienne. And then we sweat in some butter, a little piece of rosemary, and a star anise pod, which gives that nice flavor, which enhances the fennel flavor. And then we add the fennel tossed in the butter to coat, and then we add some chicken stock and braise in the chicken stock. And we're going to reheat this again just till the juices are really thick and kind of coat the fennel julienne. Okay. And our tomatoes, which I explained to you already, and our tomatoes we just have to keep warm. Okay, we're going to use some cremini mushrooms here again. You can use shiitakes, creminis, chanterelles when they come into season. Morels, whatever you'd like to use. Okay, and to the mush, we're going to add a drop of water. Pinch of salt. Some fresh pepper.
The mushrooms are sautéed until all the liquid is evaporated. Then heavy cream is added and reduced.
Good squeeze of lemon juice. A little bit more there. The fennel and the tomatoes obviously can be done ahead of time, and the fennel can be prepared to this point up to 2 hours in advance, and the mushrooms can be done up to 3 or 4 hours in advance without the cream. Okay? You should do the cream the last minute. Okay, and the cream is nice and thick. We're going to add some chives. A bit of fennel. Place your veal chop right on top of the fennel. You can pour a little bit of the juice on there. Not too much. And you want to spoon your mushrooms kind of at intervals around on the veal here. Okay, then you take your tomatoes, oven-dried tomatoes, place those around. And you can put a few more if you like the tomatoes. And just a drizzle of olive oil over the veal. And here's a veal chop I don't think anybody could resist.
Let your palate wander. Tell them to bring on the feast. Great times, great food, great taste, great chefs of the East.